Do you know what the most dangerous phrase in the English language is? It is not an insult, and it is definitely not a curse word. It is something you say every day without thinking, something that feels polite, kind, even spiritual. Two simple words that seem harmless, yet quietly shape the direction of your life. Those words are thank you. I know that sounds shocking. Gratitude is supposed to be good, right? But what if the way you've been taught to express gratitude is actually stopping abundance instead of attracting it? Stay with me, because what you're about to hear goes far deeper than motivation or mindset. This understanding comes from ancient Jewish wisdom preserved for generations, teachings that explore how spiritual laws govern the flow of blessing in the world. According to these teachings, gratitude is not just an emotion. It is a mechanism, a signal. And when used incorrectly, it sends a message that says, "I'm done receiving." Without realizing it, people shut doors that were still wide open. Ancient Jewish texts explain that the universe responds not to words alone, but to intention behind words. When gratitude is expressed as an ending, it acts like a spiritual full stop. It says, "This is enough." And the universe listens. Blessings that were already moving toward you slow down or stop entirely. This doesn't mean gratitude is wrong. It means most people have been taught a version of gratitude that closes instead of opens, that caps instead of expands. In traditional Jewish thought, gratitude was never meant to be final. It was never meant to signal completion. Gratitude was designed to be an opening, a doorway into more. The problem is that modern culture treats gratitude as a transaction. Something happens, you say thank you, and the exchange is complete. But ancient teachings describe gratitude as a bridge, not a receipt. A continuation, not a conclusion. When that bridge is cut short, flow is interrupted. I first encountered this idea as a young man, when I was taught that true gratitude does not close the hand, it widens it. That image changed everything for me. Most people say thank you while emotionally tightening, settling, and stopping expectation. Ancient wisdom teaches the opposite. Gratitude should be paired with openness, readiness, and anticipation. Gratitude should say, "I acknowledge what has come, and I am prepared for what comes next." Years later, when life tested me financially, this teaching stopped being theory and became reality. I was working hard, doing everything right, yet nothing was changing. Like many people, I was grateful, polite, and responsible, but stuck. When I finally applied gratitude as an opening instead of an ending, shifts happened fast. Opportunities appeared, debts softened, conversations turned unexpectedly in my favor. It wasn't magic. It was alignment with a law that had always been there. The Talmud teaches that spiritual laws are as consistent as physical ones. You don't need to believe in gravity for it to work, it simply does. In the same way, gratitude functions as a frequency. How you express it determines whether you attract or repel flow. Gratitude with expansion creates momentum. Gratitude with closure creates stagnation. The universe responds not to politeness, but to capacity. And capacity is expressed through openness. Here's where most people struggle. The world teaches that being grateful means being satisfied. That wanting more is selfish or greedy. Ancient Jewish wisdom rejects this completely. Desire is not the problem. Intention is. Wanting more to serve more, give more, and grow more is not greed, it is alignment. Limiting yourself out of false humility actually blocks what you were meant to carry. There is a powerful teaching that says a vessel that declares itself full cannot receive another drop. When gratitude sounds like "this is enough," the vessel seals itself. But when gratitude says, "I am thankful and still open," the vessel expands. This single distinction explains why so many hardworking, sincere people plateau. They are grateful, but their gratitude is capped. Their words say appreciation, but their energy says completion. Over decades, I've watched this principle transform lives. People who barely survived began to stabilize. Those who stabilized began to grow. Those who grew began to overflow. The common thread was never luck or background. It was the moment gratitude shifted from a wall to a doorway. The moment appreciation included expectation. The moment thank you stopped sounding like an ending and started sounding like an invitation. This method is not about positive thinking or affirmations. It operates at a deeper level. It uses intention, awareness, and participation. Gratitude becomes active rather than passive. Instead of reacting to life, you engage with it. Instead of hoping blessings arrive, you signal readiness. This is why results often appear quickly, not months later, but within days, because the signal changes immediately. Preparation matters. True gratitude requires presence. It cannot be rushed or layered over resentment. Ancient teachings warn that inner resistance fractures the vessel. If gratitude is mixed with anger, comparison, or complaint, the signal becomes distorted. Consistency also matters. Gratitude expressed in the morning and contradicted all day dissolves itself. Words shape reality only when they are aligned. Another important principle is discretion. Spiritual practices lose force when exposed too early. Energy disperses through explanation, debate, and doubt. That is why ancient traditions emphasized privacy in the early stages. Let the process settle. Let results speak. Silence strengthens roots before growth becomes visible. When gratitude is practiced correctly, people often report an immediate internal shift. A lightness. A calm. A sense of space opening inside. That internal change precedes external movement. Within days, small openings appear, calls, ideas, opportunities. None of them look dramatic at first. But together, they redirect momentum. Within weeks, patterns begin to break. Financial pressure eases. Options increase. Confidence returns. Not because effort disappeared, but because effort is now supported by flow. Gratitude no longer stops movement, it accelerates it. You stop pushing against life and start moving with it. Even those who know these teachings can forget them. I did. During one of the hardest periods of my life, I unknowingly slipped back into closed gratitude. I was thankful, but settled. Appreciative, but capped. When I corrected that, when gratitude became expansion again, doors opened rapidly. The difference was not effort. It was orientation. This teaching matters now more than ever. We live in unstable times. Economic systems shift fast. Security feels fragile. Old formulas are failing. But spiritual laws don't collapse with markets. They operate beneath circumstances. When chaos rises, alignment matters more, not less. These principles have carried communities through centuries of uncertainty, loss, and rebuilding. So remember this, gratitude is not meant to stop the flow. It is meant to guide it. Don't say thank you like a period. Say it like a comma. Let gratitude acknowledge what has arrived while welcoming what is still coming. When appreciation carries expectation, the vessel expands. And an open vessel, according to ancient wisdom, is always filled.